All right, welcome. This is the second episode of Zero to a Million. We're documenting our journey to getting 1 million subscribers, and today we've got a special guest. We've got our editor, Dario, good friend, and YouTube strategist. He's done all sorts of cool things on YouTube. He spent a lot of time with some of the most famous creators now.
Very quietly, honestly. I'm just usually in the background doing the work. I don't really talk that much about it, but yeah, it's been a pretty awesome experience. So yeah.
Yeah, if you tell us a little bit more about your journey and where you started on YouTube and some of the cool things you've done, I would appreciate hearing that, and I know the viewers would too.
Cool. So it's actually been a long journey. Thinking about it now. So before I even kind of got on YouTube, ever since I was a kid, I was me and my friends. My friend was a skateboarder, and I would help him record and film stuff, and he would upload those to YouTube, and I thought I could do that too. And then I remember, but I didn't have like the computer for it. I didn't have, the equipment and stuff like that. So when I was in, I think it was my junior year, I did have an opportunity where I finally got a camera. I had a really bad computer, but one of my friends wanted help with a music video, and I helped him edit that, and then he loved how it turned out. And then in high school, that same year, no, actually it was my senior year, we had a class project for, it was, I believe, so I went to a private school, and so we had a religion class, and then we also had a literature class. And at the same time, there was two projects going on for that, and we got to choose how we wanted to basically convey a certain message. So that's kind of what we did. I remember for the literature class, we had to communicate a message about how, us as kids living life and all that kind of stuff. And my friend was really good at rapping and poetry and all that kind of stuff. So we decided to make a music video for our class. And it actually turned out extremely well. Our teacher loved it. And I remember the second I got out of class, and I went to the lunch table, somehow, like literally I think an hour passed, and then I went to lunch, and the whole school already found out, which was just mind blowing. They're like, yo, we saw the music video. It was amazing and stuff like that. And that was the first time I probably thought, oh, like, oh, maybe there's, maybe I do have a talent for that kind of thing. And it was really interesting because nobody really said that something you could do like as a job and all of that. So I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do for school. So I went to community college, just do the basics and all that kind of stuff. And on the side, I was doing videos on YouTube. That was one thing I always knew I wanted to do, was make like gaming videos and stuff. I used to watch these guys named KYR Speedy, or Speedy W03, I think that's his name. He made like Call of Duty videos, Gmod and all that stuff. Any OGs here, they might they might remember that. And I thought I thought it was a really cool thing to do, and I would love, and when I'd watch the video, I thought to myself, I would love to be able to edit my own version. And I actually thought there were some times where I could do better, do a better version of what they were doing. So I went to one of my friend's house, and they actually had a capture card, and the only way I could upload my videos was going to their house to record. And then I'd bring the footage back home and start editing it at home and stuff with a horrible computer. Eventually I was able to save up for a computer, and I started making videos. And I think when I started seeing success was with GTA 5. And I was actually able to amass like about 50,000 subscribers on YouTube through GTA videos. I was able to get attention from many massive YouTubers, or like who thought the content and the quality was really good. And eventually some of them started asking me if I could edit for them. And I remember my first person, his name is Jobless Garrett. Shout out to him. He was known for making like GTA racing videos and all kinds of other content. If anybody remembers him, you might remember him with a YouTuber named Jelly, Slogo Man, and Quebo Cop. They did GTA together, and they do these racing videos, and I would edit those. At the time, I don't think I was even making minimum wage, but it got my foot foot out the door, have like a big YouTuber under my belt, and just having that as an example. And then it just kind of grew to more people. I was one of my friends, Kevin, aka Expert Thief, one of the biggest GTA YouTubers. I started editing for him too, or collaborating with him, ideas. Some of my own ideas where I gathered the lobby in GTA, where I'd have a lobby of 30 people, and I would literally tell everybody what we're gonna do, how we're gonna shoot it, all of that kind of stuff, and I would I would help Kevin with that, aka Expert Thief, and it. I remember one of the videos got like 4 or 5 million. When I told him it was gonna get 1 or 2 million views, which was like ambitious, and we ended up crushing that. So it was really cool. And through him, I met more people. I met Sniper Wolf, who some people probably know. She has like, I don't even know how many subscribers, like 15, 20, I don't know, something like that. Did some videos for her. I met this guy named Chris London, who also was doing videos at the time. I met him through Expert Thief, and he eventually formed a group with his friends called 2Hype, and basically some of the biggest basketball, YouTubers all gathering together to make like a group channel, kind of like AMP today. And I got a ton of experience with them. It was, yeah, just absolutely, it was a grind. It was amazing. It was, learned a lot from that. So I'd say that's kind of how I got to here today, for the most part. There's many more YouTubers I worked with. There's many more like little nuances and stuff like that. Like, for example, I was actually, my GTA videos, I was actually recognized by Rockstar Games and stuff like that for some of my videos, and they even posted me on their newswire, I think twice, and I've been on a stream with them. And yeah, so I got to meet those guys. They're like, hey, if you ever come to New York, we'll give you a tour. So just little things like that, all throughout the past decade. Yeah, and I still kind of struggle remembering all the people I've worked with, but there's all kinds of stuff like that. So sorry that took so long.
No, that was great. So you actually went out to New York and got a tour of Rockstar Games and all that?
At the time I didn't go, but they offered to me, and I was like, oh wow, I'm gonna have to take up on that, but I just never got to go just yet. So I hope I can go. So it was really cool. They did that on stream.
Wow, that was nice of them. That's pretty cool. And so last episode we talked a little bit about the Investor's Kitchen, which is how we found you, because your name was on the high praise list over there. So I don't know who put you on there to begin with, but boy, am I glad.
Thank you. That was really surprising to me, because when I'm aware of Wano and the Investor's Kitchen and all that kind of stuff, and I think he puts out really good stuff, really great information. So to be able to be recognized as a great is, I don't know, hard to believe, but then again, I kind of struggle sometimes, tooting my own horn, or, just giving myself a pat on the back. So I'm very grateful for that. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. And we've had you on since really the beginning of when we started taking this serious. And so that was kind of a, I don't even know, just a Hail Mary.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the chance. It's honestly, I wasn't really looking for people at the time, but when I saw your message and I looked up the channel, I was like, oh my gosh, it's boiling with potential and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things I always kind of wanted to do, there was all kinds of ideas as a creative, there's all kinds of ideas that I've wanted to tackle and stuff, but I didn't think I had enough, the energy and focus to be able to, attempt this, attempt that, attempt this. So it feels really good to see like you guys doing these really kind of cool things and being able to have a hand on it and help really morph it into just executing on ideas and stuff. So that's the thing that's really caught my interest and just made me really interested in, joining you guys.
Well, we certainly appreciate that. And, we look forward to pulling you out to Colorado and getting you in some videos, as we've told you already.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get you in on the
that would
camera
be
time.
awesome. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I've always wanted to go to Colorado too.
Awesome. Well, we also were just discussing in the background some of our next video ideas. Last week we kind of hinted at our running video that you and I were working on, and so right now you and I are actually kind of struggling with that on how to kind of craft it into a story. And our main issue is it's just
Right.
so much broken up footage over whatever it is, 15 days, and all this stuff of me training. So who knows if that video will actually go through, if you and I can figure it out how we actually want to tell that story, but we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely took a look at it and I was like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of work. But at the same time, I think there's lots of room for creativity because even just looking at how other people's take on it, like I've said, even on the messages, the voiceover, I don't think people understand how powerful that is because I've always actually known this. I knew eventually one day on YouTube, because not only have I been interested in YouTube, but even like film industry, and just kind of, just anything video, I try to watch and see where things are going. And I kind of make quiet bets of how things, the future is going to go, on YouTube and film and all that kind of stuff. And when I saw, I mean, years ago, I saw people making videos. I always thought to myself, how come people don't do voiceovers? Because you probably have better control over the narrative, and you can probably, it feels like a vehicle you have more control over when you because you can talk and you can kind of guide. It's like a guide, you give people a guide of what you were trying to do, all the inner monologues in your head, and it just helps tell the story much better. So I see that becoming more and more used, and I saw this coming a long time ago, honestly, and now it's the standard. It seems, the cream of the crop on YouTube. Everybody's voiceovering, and even the video you sent me earlier, I returned Logan Paul's 90K couch. I was watching that, and I was just, it was phenomenal, honestly. Like, I literally wrote down a bunch of things already, and I'm still watching it. And I think there's a lot that we can do with that. One of the things that I even noticed too, like one of the most powerful things in that video, the first 3.5, 4 minutes, the people call it pacing and all that kind of stuff, but there's this tension that is like really gripping. Like I felt kind of anxious a little bit, but I had to keep watching. So it's like it has a chokehold on you, and then it's slightly, it loosens and loosens, and then it gets tight again. So, and that tightness is like when he mentions, the negative parts, the issues that they're having and stuff. We were going to do this, we were going to do that. It was going great, but then this happened. So we had to go back to the drawing board, or we had to, find a way to overcome that obstacle, which is what storytelling is in general.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I definitely felt that too in that video. And that's a funny idea, a chokehold.
Yeah.
It really gives you a visual.
Yeah. Chokehold, however you want to name it. So, sorry, that was a violent
No, I love it.
example.
I think that'll stick.
Yeah, that was a great analogy.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'm hoping to be able to and honestly, like I said too, that chokehold was really guided well with the voiceover. Like it was just guiding you and leading, and I was honestly really impressed because I was able to kind of visualize how much content was filmed and how they were able to condense it, and that's something I'm planning on definitely taking and improving on, because like I know they shot so much because there's a context for everything. Every time you mention something, they somehow had footage for it all. So, and that is like a paradise. It's a paradise for editors, obviously, but it's also a lot of work. But it's much more satisfying once you complete it. So,
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, hopefully we can get to that point too.
I think we will. I think we will. We just got to get our reps in, and yeah, we'll get there. Pretty confident.
Yeah, for sure. So currently, last episode, we teased them on our latest video release we were about to drop, and that is the 5-star Cybertruck restaurant. And so over the last 3.5 days that it's been live, it's got a little over 1,100 views. And our last outlier, the self-driving, what was it? Trapped in a self-driving car until we won Fortnite. That one got about the same amount of views. I think it was at 1,300 at 3 days. So it's on track to do about the same as the other one, allegedly. We'll see how things shake out.
Yeah.
But so something you and I talked about and noticed, and we kind of saw an opportunity was to change everything to illegal, kind of flaunt that little bit of
Yeah.
our restaurant actually probably not being legal and create some intrigue.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. At the very least, it would have been questionable. So I think little details like that are definitely important, and it's just another kind of sprinkle. You got the ice cream, you had like the sprinkles, cherry on the top. I think that little illegal part, those are the kind of details that make a difference on YouTube. It's not really, people outside of YouTube probably was like, what are you talking about? But watching over the years, those little, decisions, they all add up. They all add up.
Yeah, each percentage really counts to push those views out. That's for sure. So
Yeah.
maybe
And honestly, it's, yeah, go ahead.
no, you go for it. You sound like you're on something good.
I was just gonna say that's what also getting your reps on YouTube is about, because you'll start to notice those kind of things like that illegal part on the title. We probably would have in the future we'll probably notice that opportunity sooner, and it'll be on the first try, and that's just a great example of just going through the motion and learning, even post upload. Where could we have done this? Where could we have done that? Even me watching back the edit and stuff like that, I already see things I could improve on, pacing wise, what's important, what's not. I've also learned as an editor too, when you spend the most time than anybody, you're watching the footage over and over, and you get an idea of how how the video is and all that kind of stuff. Then you can have a fresh start next day or 2 days, and then your brain resets and you're like, why do I still have this? I got to cut this, or that kind of stuff happens. So I definitely feel a little bit of that. But every editor, even every video that's already uploaded, they're always like, I watched this 17 times, and now on the 18th time watching, maybe I should have cut that.
Yeah.
That's YouTube for you.
So how do you even get that mental clarity, I guess, or that space where you can see those things? Because I feel like that was something we struggled with a lot on the first 5 videos we edited. I mean, it's like you just get so deep in it, you can't even see what's reality anymore almost.
Yes. I think like a fresh look, having fresh pair of eyes. Also, even the top YouTubers now, they'll have reviewers, go and watch it. And I actually don't know if I've mentioned this before. When I was working with 2Hype, and I even forgot to even mention like Jesser, but who's in 2Hype. See, like I'm forgetting all these YouTubers, but they'll pop up to me over time. But I believe one of the things we used was Frame.io. I don't know if you've heard that. That's just like video review and all that kind of stuff. So you see, it'll pull up the video, and then you can comment questions or adjustments, or if you want to praise your favorite parts in the video, you can leave that, and it shows the editor the exact pinpoint on where that was mentioned and stuff. And I'd say that's helped me a lot. I've had videos where I had 2 notes, and I've had videos where I've had 100 notes and stuff like that. And it's a great reps and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes you go through a phase where you're not getting any notes, and then sometimes there's phases where you're getting a lot of notes. So it's a process. But I guess I'd just say, spending lots of time on the edit. I also love to watch movies and stuff like that. And I also think having a really good imagination and, staying in a childlike, having a childlike mind, I guess, in a way. So I feel like that's something that's definitely helped me. I'm always thinking about the what if we did this? What if we did that? And entertaining it and not shutting it down right away. So when it comes to these edits, deciding what to cut, what not to cut, sometimes I'll go back 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I'll start from that point and watch back in context. And as an editor, when you've done so many of these, you can see through the edit like X-ray vision, especially when you're in the zone. You're like, yep, we're not gonna need this, we're not gonna need that. So I guess in conclusion, I'd just say it's just time, just lots of reps and stuff. And I don't even know how many videos I've done. I've definitely done hundreds. I don't know if I've done 1,000. If I have, maybe like it maybe close to it, if not 1,000. No joke.
Well, we'll push you over that soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next, I thought it would be really interesting to kind of walk the audience through our next YouTube idea that we were talking about this afternoon, and kind of bouncing back some ideas and seeing where we could get on this, and kind of show them our thought process on how we're doing it.
Okay,
And so,
sounds good to me.
yeah, so our next idea is 24 hours on top of a mountain. And so we did some outlier research before proposing the idea, and it looks like there are only 2 YouTubers that have done it, and that's Mr. Beast and who was the other one?
Ben Aslart.
The copycat himself, Ben Aslart. so
Yeah.
they both did that, and they saw pretty decent views, and for whatever reason, nobody else has come along and copied them. So, I mean, obviously we live in
Interesting.
Colorado, so it
So
seems
yeah,
like
you guys are in
there's-
Colorado.
there's infinite opportunity to take off of Jimmy's thumbnail image and maybe get some hype out of it.
Really good thumbnail. Yeah, I agree. It seems like we both came to the same issue, which is, how do we fill the middle, the, the beginning and the end, the end is you make it to the top, the beginning is you start. How do we keep them engaged in the middle and stuff like that? And I saw that on your message. It's like, oh man, and even watching Mr. Beast's video made me realize it's like, so that's how they made it interesting. Climbing into the mountain, all kinds of goofy stuff going on, little mini challenges, multiple POVs and stuff like that. I need a little bit more time to look into it. I only got through half of the video, so I got to finish the video and then have like a nice good hour. I actually like to go outside, just go on a walk, and then I start thinking about the video. Cheat codes, honestly, I don't know why people don't go on walks much anymore. When you go on walks, some of the smartest people, like I think Einstein, literally, he was just constantly on walks. I think Tesla, I could be wrong, but a lot of those geniuses, they like whenever they would write same with Ben Franklin, they'd write on their schedule walks. So they'd have little slots for studies and stuff like that, and I think it must be pretty significant if they're writing walks on their schedule of productivity. So I also do the same thing. I've actually lost a lot of weight from from walking too, like 30 40 pounds or something like that. So
Wow, dang.
it's been
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, absolute cheat code. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys saw me a year ago, yeah, I'd be about 30 or 40 pounds heavier.
Dang, that's
So,
crazy.
yeah, so, and I'm still, I'm trying to get like you guys, trying to get strong, get some muscles and all that.
Come
So
climb
it's a
some
journey.
mountains with us.
Yeah. Honestly, when I was watching back the footage of the running and all that kind of stuff, and you guys are in the mountains, like, oh my goodness, I'd love to be there. Like, I'm a sucker for views, not the YouTube views, but walking views.
Come on, why not both?
Yeah.
Why not both? Yeah, why not? So, but yeah, it's a great walk. Going on a walk, take a step away from nature, and it's a great way to get creative. And a lot of ideas have come out for me through there. I write them on my notes immediately when I'm thinking about things. So, absolutely solid. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully you get a good walk in so we can kind of brainstorm through this video idea.
Yes.
But-
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I think some things we talked about were kind of like you brought up. It's kind of interesting how we can fill that middle area, because there's really not much you can say or do unless you really get creative when you're hiking. I mean, it's like you're kind of tired and you're out of breath, so it's like just repetitive footage
Exactly.
of you being tired and out of breath. And
Right.
so I'll be curious to see how we get through that.
Right. And actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because I saw this today. This is from, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Mario Juice or something. I believe that's his name. on Twitter. He had these YouTube retention tips that he dropped today, and I like definitely agree with them. One that stood out to me was it was tip number 6. He says people will be more likely to stay longer if they think they'll soon see something new. So, and right away I was thinking about that exact thing that we're trying to figure out with the hiking in the mountain and all that stuff. What can we fill with the middle to make it really interesting? So I think that's got to be quite a challenge. So, but
Yeah.
hey, maybe by the time this comes, when you come back and look at this episode, you'll see what the results are, and hopefully they're good.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe we could do some sort of thing like every person we pass, we have to talk to them, and if they say a certain word, we have to like take something out of our backpack or like be down one item or something crazy like that. I don't know.
Or yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
So
It'd be what if like some kind of questionnaire or something funny where the person that loses has to carry more of the luggage for a certain amount of time, or whatever you're carrying over there. And
Oh
then
yeah, that's a good idea.
the next question, yeah, that just popped up just now. So something like that.
Yeah, I was also thinking maybe we should haul an Xbox and a Starlink up to the top of the mountain, kind of go pay homage to our
Yeah.
first video where we won Fortnite on top
Oh
of the
yeah, that would
mountain.
be cool. Yeah, why not? That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd like
Let's
that.
see.
I think
Yeah.
we need to draw inspiration from our boy FaZe Rug. He's always got these weird challenges in all of his videos to fill the middle
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah, it's crazy. He and Ben Asler film like all their videos in their house, and they get like whatever
Yeah.
it is, 2 to 30 million
Yeah.
views a video
Right.
in their house.
If you ask me, that's peak creativity. Like they're doing it in a limited setting, even though they don't have to. Very impressive that they can come up with those kind of ideas. And I can say I actually have met FaZe Rug. Super, super, super kind person. I actually have a picture with him too. Super
sweet.
nice. I met him at the Two Hype house. He pulled up with the FaZe guys. They were playing basketball, so I got to meet all of them. FaZe Adapt, FaZe Rug, met Temper, the Nuke Squad guys, FaZe Swag, a bunch of all those guys. So yeah, but he was super, super kind. I even helped him like record a TikTok. But yeah, just super nice. That was really cool to see. Like, somebody you've seen on YouTube for so long, and you're like, they say don't meet your heroes and all that kind of stuff. Nah, dude, he had such a like great glowing vibe. So shout out to him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, here
See what
I'll
I
put
mean?
you-
These little things just kind of pop up in my head. Like I forgot to even mention something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
So-
just- they just roll out of your memory bank every once in a while. Oh yeah, I met that
Yeah,
guy.
you guys will have to. Yeah, my little brothers, actually, that happens with them. They're like, I was like, oh, I know that guy. We work together, and they're just all. It's like 5 boys, and they're all just like, you know this guy and all that. So I'm like, yeah. So it's pretty
crazy.
cool. Yeah.
So speaking of TikToks and stuff, what's your opinion on whether it's worth it or not to invest time into making TikToks and Instagram and even Reels, really? Do you feel like that's something that's still worthwhile?
I definitely do. However, I actually think most people are doing it wrong. And I thought this before I even looked into it or anything like that. Like, as in, like, what's the meta for doing shorts and all that kind of stuff. I've actually, I'd say prior to working with Two Hype, I was pretty quiet. They'd say it'd be the video, here you go, and then I'd edit it and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of then decided to be more talkative in, feedback loops, questioning them, and all that kind of stuff. So I became much more talkative. And I think that's actually what got me in Denver, who also was helping us with Two Hype. We met through Two Hype, and he was chatting, I was chatting, we were back and forth, and I guess he liked my input. I liked his input. And fun fact for any editors that are watching or anything like that, definitely communicate. If you have your own thoughts and all that stuff, please share it. Because, only good things can happen from that. So I have definitely, yeah, I just started communicating more, and that led to all kinds of opportunities. And when it comes to shorts, my own personal opinion is, like I said, it depends, but there is people who have absolutely blown up and made use of it, because they're using the shorts and the TikToks, and they're not doing it additionally. And what I mean by that is the shorts have like their own custom video and stuff. The top guys, they all have their own custom version. This video is just for the shorts, and they find a way to somehow tie it into. So it's like a diet version, There's a diet version, and then if you want the full version, like for example, let's say we have our Cybertruck restaurant video that we did. I'd say this is just off the top of the head. I think if we did like a taste test real quick, we go park into like a high population place, right? And we have the chefs, they have food, and they have a taste test, kind of like Costco, but it's on a Cybertruck. That just just like that just popped up in my head just now. You have that going on. You have people test it, and you make a short 1-minute video off of that, voiceover, yada yada yada, and then at the very end, by the way, we decided to make a full-on restaurant. So if you want to check that out, boom. So that's what I mean. The short itself, the TikTok and all that stuff, it already has its own payoff. And then YouTube, if you want to see something similar or a grander version of that idea, boom, we go into the bigger video. And I think that's what will convert. A lot of people don't even know, or a lot of people do know on YouTube. There's a lot of people exploded their subscribers and all that stuff, but their views, maybe it went up for a little bit, but it didn't. But it went back down, or compared to the shorts, they get insane views, but the actual videos don't. I think that's the reason why. And people, on top of that too, people are also doing trends. Trends are cool and all that stuff, but if you can use your own creativity to build something that's yours, you don't have to fight to, hit the trends and stuff like that. I think you can additionally add trends and stuff, but originally you want your viewers to be there for something that you do that you can't find on other people's, or it's not executed as well as it is on yours. So a lot of people did all kinds of, Mr. Beast prime drink, Mr. chocolate bar and all that kind of stuff, or, hype things that everybody's doing, whatever the trend is on shorts, where this YouTuber has done that, this YouTuber has done that, and this YouTuber has done that. It just, sure, you'll farm a bunch of views and all that kind of stuff, but they won't care, and then you'll have an overinflated subscriber count. So I think if you have your own custom thing, that will do it. And one example that I can think of actually there's two examples. There's two people I can think of. One is Forrest's Auto something channel. I don't know if you guys know that. It's the guy that does he does the videos where they're filmed, like he's showing the cars, and he's basically breaking down the car. It goes this fast, it does this and this, but it's in a very creative, dramatic action camera angle. So every time he points at the wheel, the button, the camera's following, it's going through the seats and out of the seats. So it's like, it's mirroring the person and all that stuff with a little bit of jokes. And that guy, if you look him up, you look at his comments, everybody loves him. And those videos are specifically for shorts. And you see that face, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, all that kind of stuff, they have the opportunity to just completely explode people on the internet. So that's the thing. Like, you can absolutely blow up in a very short period of time and all that stuff, but the problem is, are you going to be just another, oh, it's that YouTuber, and then everybody wants a picture with you and all that kind of stuff, but they might not even know your name. They just like, oh yeah, you're that guy and stuff. You didn't have enough strong impact. Yeah. And I would call that, it sounds mean, but I would call it brain rot content.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, congratulations, you took their attention and they recognize you, but you didn't leave an impact on them and stuff. That's why people know Mr. Beast and they don't really know the clones, you know. So
The Brain Rot
clones,
crew.
they're just the brain rot crew. They're just there to exploit your viewership and all that kind of stuff. The top YouTubers, they leave you with something, and they make you feel satisfied, and like with the video, you know. So I could go into that for a very long time but you know, that's pretty much the gist of how I feel about that. I think you need to make something that is satisfying for the short first. So, and then you can find a way to, you know, somehow have it tie into the bigger idea that you want to do. So, and I see, you know, people like Ryan Trahan is, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I love that guy's channel though. And Eric, almost worked with Eric. That was another thing. Shout out to him. He followed me first, which is something I never imagined would happen. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
His shorts too, really, really well made, incredibly well made. And actually one specific one I remember is the pizza one. So he kind of he had a condensed version, but it was satisfying in just a short. And then if you wanted to watch the full version, there was a fuller version. So make good content for the short or the TikTok first. And then, you know, you can figure out the next step after.
Yeah, no kidding. I always think of when we go down this rabbit hole, the poll boy, he always does the polls and he's all over the community tab. But you look at his long form content and he's getting like 20,000 views. So it didn't quite pan out for him converting all that attention over.
And it happens to many, many, many YouTubers. Some people are saying it might even affect some people's retention on their analytics, and it might take time to recover because they were just abusing the shorts for brain rot and not, you know, without a game plan on how they want to get them to come and see the long forms and stuff like that. And also even with the shorts and the TikToks, you can really prime them for the full version by doing little mini shorts to prime them, as in like, hey, let's say, you know, we have this is popping up in my head now, the cyber restaurant. If we did something prior to that where we had, you know, we built a viewership of people regarding food and taste testing, you know, a chef, you know, $1 steak versus $300 steak and all that kind of stuff. And then we finally lead to the Cybertruck restaurant, you know, that can make things really cool. Like I saw Ryan Tran do stuff with, you know, the change, the money, coins, and all that kind of stuff in his shorts. And then eventually, you know, it's like a trailer for what's to come.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say.
I like that. That's interesting. Priming the viewer for the content you're going to release.
Yes. That's exactly what I'd say. So.
Yeah, that was something else we were talking about. Now that you bring up the change and the penny series and all that, we were talking about what could be our 30-day challenge. And we had a couple ideas rolling around. We were talking about maybe crossing the entire U.S. on electric scooters or something like that. So I don't know, but put your thinking cap on because I think we should do a penny series sometime in the near future.
Not a penny series,
that would be cool.
But something that is our penny series, you know, like not necessarily copy what Ryan Trahan did, but something similar.
Yeah. Our Magnus Opus or whatever, our thing. Yeah. I actually, going off of that, there is one little piece of game that I can definitely give you guys. And I can give you this based off of previous experience with me doing my YouTube. So one of the things that I was priming my audience and also making a staple of who I am, I would joke around. When I was streaming on Twitch and making YouTube videos, I always made a reference to things that I liked, and I made those references many, many, many times. One of those was basically being Chipotle's #1 fan. So when I'd stream, I'm like, hold up, guys, I got Chipotle coming. I gotta end the stream. I gotta go eat. And he's like, you guys already know what I'm about to eat. Chat goes Chipotle, 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 Chipotle. I start tweeting at Chipotle whenever they have some kind of tweet. I'm like, and I'll say, I'll be right over there, babe. Kind of like I'm in a relationship with Chipotle, and my followers are laughing and all that kind of stuff. And there'll be a bunch of replies saying, please sponsor him. Because I'd always say, I was like, Chipotle, please sponsor me. So after a good video is done, sometimes when I run out of things to say, I was like, thank you guys for watching. And Chipotle, please sponsor me. And then the video ends. And I've done that through hundreds of videos. And now people, my audience and stuff like that, so many people have started eating Chipotle because of me. They say whenever they go to a Chipotle or see a Chipotle, they think of me, and I still get those texts even to this day, and I haven't uploaded a video in like 3 years and stuff like that. So every time people think of Chipotle, they think of me, and, you know, I'm priming that for, you know, my future win that I want a decade from now. Actually, unfortunately, this is really cool. They did follow me, but then they had new management and they unfollowed me and everybody else.
Oh,
but
man.
I got followed from them. Yes, I was followed by them. I was freaking out. I have to find that screenshot, but I was followed by them, and that's what it is. So, yes, and that's just one example too. There's YouTube. I always made a joke about dropping a mixtape and stuff like that, and I'd get comments like, "When's your mixtape dropping? When's your mixtape?" I'd always say it's soon. Another year later, when's your mixtape dropping? I'm like, soon. So little things like that. I think I just call it having a staple. And I said that word with Mike when he was twerking in the cyber restaurant. But that cracked me up. I think that would be pretty funny if, you know, there's a camera and then, you know, you're panning and you already see Mike doing this thing. You're like, what the heck? It's like, and then they see it again next week, and then they see it again next week, and then they see it again next week, you know, and that helps develop personality. Yeah, exactly. So I would invite you guys to think about some things like that. There's like phrases I'd be saying from that my friends would catch on, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. Every time, you know, something bad goes on, I'm always like, it is what it is. And everybody would just repeat that after me. You know, just little things like that. So phrases or little action that you do, facial reactions and all that kind of stuff. People don't even realize it. A lot of these YouTubers have something like that. Like Ryan Trahan has, with his editing, like, yeah, and it doesn't even have to be just it doesn't have to be just, you know, you specifically. It can even be in the edit and stuff like that. Ryan Trahan, I can see the personality in the editing and stuff like that, where he talks very friendly. He's like, oh, so today I woke up and blah 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 blah, and today I wanted to blah blah. Like, I think that's a little bit of a personality. And with the Two Hype guys, one guy, this guy's name is Cash Nasty. He's one of the faces of like YouTube and basketball content, NBA, and all that kind of stuff. And he is a master at it. He says these things like, this is a perfect example. So Cash Nasty, always his reasoning for things is like, he's like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, you know, maybe it might be financially related or something like that. He's like, I got bills to pay and stuff like that. So he made it open that when there was a sponsored video and all that kind of stuff, he would say that. He's like, by the way, I got some bills to pay. And then an ad would pop up and his audience is smiling and laughing because he said the thing, which is, I got bills to pay. We did a skit with him where they all go to jail, you know, and they're in jail for a few hours and stuff. And in the beginning, we have to do a skit for how everybody got to jail and stuff like that. So we went to tropes where one guy, his name is James. People thought he was kind of like a robot, like when he played basketball and stuff like that. So we arrested him because he was malfunctioning like as a robot. And then for Cash, he went to the bank, right? And Chris was an undercover cop. So when Cash went to go pay his bills, he's like, wait a minute, you're Cash Nasty. And he's like, are you here to pay your bills? And Cash is like, he's like, yeah, I'm here to pay my bills. And then, you know, he got arrested because, you know, he didn't pay his bills or something like that. So they're like, you didn't pay your other bills, so now we have to arrest you. So you see, the pay your bills, you know, everybody's got a thing. Cheat codes on YouTube. Cheat codes. That's how you separate yourself.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's pretty funny that
Yeah.
he kind of made everybody look forward to the sponsorship.
Yes, it was absolutely genius. Like everybody, even his reaction is like in the comments because he would do reaction videos and people are like, "Oh, it's like you dropped 3 reaction videos today," and in the comments he's just like, "I got bills to pay," and everybody just goes along with it and they're just laughing and stuff like that. And people, even outside of his videos, they'll see someone reacting to his him and his friends will do like a reactionception where Cash is reacting to a video and his friend will react to that and he'll react to his reaction of that reaction of him and vice versa and stuff like that. And people in the comments are typing, it's like, man, Cash is paying his bills off the same exact videos and stuff like that. So he just, it's crazy.
Cash farming.
Yes, he's cash. Yeah, he's farming cash and all that stuff. Literally, it's his reason for everything. He's like, he's like, why are you doing this? Got bills to pay. So,
that's pretty funny. I heard yesterday on the Colin and Samir podcast that YouTube overtook Netflix for the #1 streaming platform viewed on TVs.
Yeah.
So that's pretty huge.
That was their competition all along. Yeah, that was Netflix #1 competition the whole time. It was never those other guys, never Disney Plus. It was never that. YouTube constantly, everybody's waiting weeks or months for these shows to drop and stuff like that. And they're waiting from their studios. You can only have so many studios. YouTube has infinite studios. So, and they release off their own schedule. It's unbelievably hard to compete with. So YouTube was bound to take over.
Yeah, and they were talking about too how Disney Plus was talking about adding on a whatever creator first model and ad revenue and kind of trying to copy YouTube, but I don't know. I think YouTube's still the king, and that's super encouraging for guys like us. I think that it almost seems like everything's just beginning, especially as everybody else around the world gets online with internet and starts viewing content, and then we have all this ability to go in there and dub over our content into other languages. I mean, it seems like
I actually helped Jesse Jester's channel with the dubbing and stuff like that. That was a really cool process. I didn't even know they're just dubbing it to like 4, 5, 6 different languages. So and this AI stuff is getting really powerful too. Now they're starting to take that person's same voice and redub it in a different language. So audience is getting bigger and bigger. It's people think YouTube is matured. We still got a ways to go. Like the Mr. Beast numbers that we're seeing right now, eventually we're going to see it from thousands of people.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like the sky's the limit, especially when there's like 160 languages that can be translated. So who knows where the top of this ceiling is. But
yeah, absolutely. And even businesses are, starting to notice more and all that stuff. They need to get involved even more. A lot of them struggle because they realize that there's a certain way that YouTube operates, and that's also one of its advantage, which is just the personality, even the not unprofessional, but it's just got its own knack. People can just turn on a camera and they just speak from the heart, say whatever they want to say, and that's things that people really want to hear. They want to see what your take on this is, uncensored or whatever.
Yeah, it hasn't gone through a studio and 5 producers and whatever legal team, and it's just us saying what we mean. Yes,
that is actually, it's pretty. I can't imagine what it's like with television, but I have done it with with Too Hype. I remember there was I remember a really big brand, and they had a team of lawyers. So there was I don't know how many versions we had of the video, where it was very odd too, because corporations are slow. They have to have a meeting about your latest edit. They're sitting watching from beginning to end. They come back to you EOD, end of day, and then you bring them another version. They don't look into it until the next day, when that meeting starts, whenever that is, and stuff. So it's really slow, and lots of red tape, lots of red tape. So
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have that. It's just, you want to do this? Sure, why not? Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It kind of feels like a dream, honestly, because I remember when I was a kid, I thought it'd be cool to be a director, have my own TV show, and all that stuff. And doing YouTube made me feel like I'm doing my own TV show, my own jokes, my own whatever. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. And with GTA 6, you'll be top of the hill here soon, man.
Plan on taking over, man. Plan on taking over. If you guys are watching this, be ready. I'm planning on making some incredible things. I've been over time. Yeah, you'll see. when it comes out, you guys will see. There's nothing else to say. The content will just speak for itself.
Yeah. Well, we're all still waiting for that win.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be another trailer sometime this year, like maybe next month or October or something like that. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Mike, you got anything else for Dario?
I got one question.
What's up?
If we could film any video, what kind of idea would you be enticed to film with us, or just like want to edit?
It's a good question. I think it would be really cool. Honestly, when I was there is a couple months ago, I don't remember when it was. I know Mr. Beast is not kind of controversial for at this exact time right now, but I think we can talk about, some of his other videos, and the one that really hit me was, I can't remember if it was it was the eyesight one where they were, curing African children's eyesights. And, I think all over the world. Just looking at the edit, I was like, holy cow. I know the editors felt immense, like, satisfaction from that. I thought that would be cool. Oh, actually, and so there's that. And then I love to shoot music videos too. I also love editing it and stuff. So I think that would be pretty funny. What if we, made a...
We're gonna need a lot of auto-tune. A lot of auto-tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's an idea.
It could be really goofy. All right.
So we found this like kind of smaller YouTuber, and his name's Jack Pembroke, and he made a viral video on YouTube maybe within the last 6 months, and it was, I turned this rapper into a viral rapper or something like that, and made him like his own music video and whatnot, and it got like millions of views on it. So like we could maybe take something from that and do something.
You'll have to send me that.
Yeah, I will.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really awesome. Yeah, I love making music videos, that's for sure. I've made one for my friend Expert Thief. He also rapped. His name was Kevin LaShawn. So I've done music videos for him. I've also done one in GTA too, using the in-game camera and stuff like that. I would love to do one in Fortnite. So, pretty cool. That would be pretty awesome.
Well, I'd like to be a musician, so maybe we could figure something out.
Oh, there you go. That'd be cool.
There's the vision.
That'd be cool. I've always wanted to learn to make beats.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was in 8th grade, I made it. If I literally wasn't doing this, I probably would be doing that, I would say. Or photography. Yeah, I transitioned. I ended up focusing more on the editing aspect versus, I started off in GarageBand and then Logic Pro and all that stuff. So, but I do hope to do that. Actually, I'd say one of the things I'd say in life that I want to accomplish is being multi-talented and that kind of stuff. Somebody that I definitely look up to is like people like Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. Like movies, scripts, music, acting, everything. Like I think that's cool. I think the sky's the limit, and I think it'd be cool to do something like that.
Yeah, I agree. I have a similar one, like with The Rock. Yeah, he's He's got his one
Yeah.
song out there, and he's got movies, and he was a wrestler. So,
Yeah, Will Smith too.
Yep.
Well, it seems like once you build a
jiggy with
fan
it.
base, whether it's on YouTube or movies or whatever, I mean, it
Yep.
just seems like the sky's the
Right.
limit for products, branding, and impact you can have on the world. Whether you want to
Yeah,
start Mint Mobile or whether you want to, peddle alcohol out of the back of every liquor store in town. I mean, seems like you
Right.
can really do anything. And so I think that
yeah,
going back to your idea about doing more of the curing blindness thing, I think once the bank account is flush, I think that's something we should definitely look into doing more.
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
giving
More impact
back.
things like that would be amazing. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That was another thing too. Like I was able to sense that even just the way you guys would talk, looking at the content and all that stuff, I could like see through. I don't know how. I can't really explain it, but I could just see through the content. I was like, yeah, these guys are trying to, do positive things, and do things for people and, help people. And you guys have helped me tremendously, honestly. Like, the audience don't know, but these guys, they have helped me with the new editing PC. So shout out to you guys. It's insanely fast. Like, it's wow. I didn't realize how much my computer was dying. So
Well, we're glad to have you, and we appreciate everything you've done for us. And why not take care of the people that take care of us? So
that's exactly how I feel too. And I've always wanted to be in a position to be able to do something like that. Honestly, you can do that in any position and stuff. But to make major impact, I would love to. What you guys are doing. That's exactly what I'd like to do too.
yeah,
And even what Mr. Beast is doing too.
Yeah.
yeah, I
In
agree. I
terms
kind
of
of get some.
helping people.
Yeah, let's clarify that.
Yeah, let me just clarify. I hope you guys know exactly what I mean.
Zips water. I get some hardcore nostalgia for his old videos, like opening a free bank and stuff like that. I think he really
Yes.
I think
He
he
nailed it
kind of
then.
missed a vertical he could have explored more after he transitioned into game show kind of stuff. So maybe that's something
I
go down the
can
rabbit
talk
hole.
about that for 10 years.
Oh yeah,
I could
What
talk
you
about
got?
that specifically for 10 years. I'd have to really flesh out my thought process, but if we come back to that topic, I might have a thing or two to say. I'll tell you that much.
We'll spend the next
But you're
podcast
absolutely
talking
right.
about
Yeah, we can talk
That'd
for
be cool.
10 hours on the next one.
Yeah.
Episode
absolutely.
3.
Yeah.
So we'll just recap maybe where we're at, and then we'll call it good for this episode. Right before recording this, we had
that. Wait, let's start where we were at 10 days ago when we first recorded this first episode. I believe we were at 290 subscribers on our Boneheads channel. And as of now, 10 days later, we've posted one video and I believe 3 shorts in that amount of time. And we've gotten about 40 subscribers since then. So we're sitting at about 330 right now.
Making
So-
moves. The needle's moving.
yeah, slowly, but it's getting there. I mean, that's good improvement for 10 days. So hopefully we can continue to see that exponential. But
I will say one thing real quick, and this is tied to this here, but there was a year where I think I had maybe 400 subscribers, and I decided to just make a goal, right? And I said to myself, I don't know how, but I'm going for 5,000 subscribers. No clue how that's gonna happen. Couldn't, figure out how that was gonna happen, but I was like, that's the goal. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna try and make that happen, right? I think I made that goal like in the summer, maybe. So, June, not even close. July, not even close. August, not even close. September, I drop a video, and this is also at the same time that I met Kevin, aka Expert Deeth. At the time, he was at 500,000 subscribers. I got in a GTA lobby, and he was, my friend invited him, and we played together. We were gonna do a Yo Mama joke contest. Really cringe to look back at, but the video is there. If you watch the video, that's literally how we met. We're having a Yo Mama joke contest. Friends are getting eliminated. People are voting, you know, which one is good. And it's on the finals, it's me versus Expert Thief. I think it was controversial in the comments. A lot of people thought I won, but he did win. And then we both went our own separate ways. Days later, he hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I just looked at your channel." It's like, "Dude, you got some really good stuff. I'm doing this video. Do you want to join in?" I'm a guy like 400 something subscribers, 500,000 subscriber guy says, "Hey, do you want to do a video with me?" Right? And I was like, "Yeah, I would." So, yeah, did a video with him. At the same time, I had one of my videos. There was these things called community channels, so there was a channel called Video Games. There's one called Game Minds. And then I hate that I can't remember this name, but they were basically a community channel where people would post other people's content. So there was GTA videos were blowing up. One of the popular ones were like those raging kids, and I actually had a video of that. I'm like, you know what? Let me. I was clearing up my computer because I had like no storage, and I remember I had this footage of this kid freaking out in a GTA lobby, and I was like, this is pretty funny. Let me edit it up real quick. I edit the video and I go about my way. I send it to all the channels that have rejected me over and over and over. And then I go about my day, right? I do my video with Expert Thief. Boom. Like, I don't know if it was 1,500 or 2,000 subscribers or something like that. So I'm like at 2,400 or whatever. Also, I was playing Call of Duty and I ran into a guy named X7 Albert. And he was the king of like Skate 3, like that, like the Mr. Beast, or, you know, think of the top person for a certain video game. He was that top person for Skate. He created this thing called trick lining, where it's just like, you know, basically just being a really good skateboarder in the game. He was the most like famous guy in there, right? I met him. We did some in Call of Duty. Me and my friend were just talking, and we did, you know, the guy liked our energy. We became friends. I did a video with him that got me like 500 subscribers or something like that. And then those community channels. I remember I was working at Best Buy and I went on break and I got a message from a certain person, the owner of the channel. And when I saw the follow, I was freaking out. I went to the break room. I'm like, this isn't going to happen. This isn't happening. I get a message and it says, "Hey," and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, "No way." It's like, "Yes way. We love the video you sent us. We want to upload it immediately." And remember, this is a person doing 400, 500 views, you know, 300 views and stuff like that. "We want to upload your content." Boom, 250,000 views. Another message from the Game Mind channel. "We want to upload your video too. We love the content." 400,000 views and stuff like that. And boom, I hit 5,000 subscribers all by like October. 2 months away from the end of the year. From 500 to to like 5,000, and I hit my goal 2 months early. So yes, and it doesn't even end there. When I wanted to, I was like, well, I can't stop there. I threw an even scarier goal. I'm like, let's go for 10,000. December 31st, I didn't hit it. I hit it on January 1st, 10,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
A day late, but not too shabby. I'd say.
Yep. A day late, but we'll take it. Doubled. So I went from, and I just kind of, I guess the way I think about YouTube is, when I take my brain to that 500 subscriber in the summer, how could you have, and talking to the future you, just like, by the way, I'm not going to tell you how, what, one way or whatever, but you're going to hit 10,000 subscribers by January 1st. And that old mind is going to be like, how? You know? So, and I think really it's just doing your due diligence and just taking it, you know, moving the needle, doing your best and all that kind of stuff. And just really having, you know, just throwing faith in, and, you know, you'll never know what happens. So that's why when I think of YouTube, or when I talk to people about YouTube, I've known so many people who have exploded tremendously and become like massive. People who were smaller than me, bigger than me, same size as me, boom, explosion, and stuff like that. So your time can be around the corner. All you have to do is just keep going. It's really that, look back at your videos, see how you can improve 1% better every day, and you never know what you can do. You never know if next month is going to be the one where you absolutely explode. It could be any month.
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting though. It's a
what I
bit
got.
like going to the digital casino. It's like,
Yes, exactly.
Pull the
Just
slots, baby. Where are we going? Are we going
pull
to
the
a million
slot.
or not?
Yes, you're one win. You're one away from a win. This is not gambling advice.
Yeah, that's so true. I think that's a good spot to
Yeah.
end. We kind of talked about our version of that and how we could maybe do something like Eric bringing Mr. Beast, whatever he did, and then Jack Pembroke, the guy we were just talking about, brought Eric back his couch that he did the
Yes.
couch series with from Logan Paul and all that stuff. So maybe next episode we'll flesh out some ideas on how we're really gonna leverage that and see if we can
Yes.
maybe
I
get
think,
an in with a big creator.
Yeah, it actually takes me back to when we were talking to Denver. He did bring up some
Jay
people that
Stu,
are
yeah.
in the state. Yeah, Jay Stu, which is crazy because that is the friend of that's actually the roommate of Expert Thief.
Really?
Oh, really?
Old roommates. They were old roommates. Expert Thief literally was roommates with them, and they were both trying to blow up. And now look at them both.
Wow.
Cool.
Pretty awesome.
Well,
They were roommates.
hopefully it's-
So
hopefully
small
it's us
world.
three next.
There you go. Exactly. Future people watching.
Yep.
This is how we did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's our
Something.
blueprint.
Yeah. No
Yeah, here's
kidding.
our blueprint.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
thanks so much for taking the time out to hop on this call with us and chat with
Absolutely.
people about how we're doing this whole adventure, and hopefully we'll get you in on the next episode.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, man. All right, talk to you soon.
Later.
Later. All right, everyone. Thanks for
Boom. Wow.
almost.
Oh.
we're gonna hit the outro. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. This has been episode 2 of 0 to a Million, and we will see you in the next episode.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom.